25, 30 years ago, Frank Nash and I want to build a 150 unit project in Park Springs, which is suburban Philadelphia. And we bought a piece of ground that was zoned for 150 units. So we didn't need any kind of zoning approvals. And we put together the financing and all I did for this affordable housing development, 150 units, and went in to get a building permit. And when the city councilman and all knew what it was, they told me to pound sand. Absolutely not going to give me a building permit. And I remember their meeting was the first Tuesday of the month, and Frank and I went for 9 consecutive months back to them to try to get a building permit. And they kept putting me off, give me stories, and then finally we wrote them a lawyer's letter, told them if they didn't get me the permit, I was suing them. I was suing each one personally as the councilman, and they called me the next day and said, come pick up your building permit. Now, this is 25, 30 years ago. Just 6 months ago, this property, which is now 30 years old, 25, 30 years old, won a national award as an outstanding affordable housing community with great social service programs. And in order to do that, they had backup letters from the head of the police department of Park Springs, the fire department, the councilman. So I think that's just a great story, how I had to go sue him. I told him to get a building permit, and 30 years later, how great that job is. Shows you what a good job we do.
Getting involved with the local politicians, the local homeowners, the local neighborhoods, and being a long-term partner, and knowing that we are committed for long-term success in neighborhoods, and putting computer learning centers, not only inviting our residents, but the neighborhood as a whole. And they know you're serious. So they know you're not, the typical developer is a bad word, is you go in, you make money, and you leave. Who cares what you run over? Who cares what you do in the neighborhood? You get your money and leave. And that's the perception of developers. But we're just the opposite. It's all about reputation. They know we're there. They know we're committed. So we're partnering with them, getting neighborhood groups involved, getting tenant resident associations, pushing that all the time. Another example are supportive services, encouraging our residents to have associations, which is sometimes it combats management, but that's a good thing. It's healthy, and we encourage that, and it's good for the neighborhoods.
We're housing over 100,000 people right now, giving them better housing than they could have ever had, which I say also, it's so terrific about our business. Isn't it wonderful to be in a business that you can make money and give back? Give something back. Makes you feel good. Really, our business is just a super, super business for all of our people in our company to be involved in, because we're giving back all the time.
Something, again, along the lines of giving back, how can we improve people's lives, and what better honor to improve the quality of our servicemen and women and their families. And it just again, it's a really neat thing to do. It's fun, it's encouraging, you get to give back, and you see these soldiers coming back from, recently Iraq and Afghanistan, and they have a great home to live in. And another game changer, something innovative Mike has done, for not only our industry, but for our organization, is our scholarship program with our residents that we started back in the 90s. First one have done that. And I'm telling you, one of the most rewarding things we have ever done with the organization is giving scholarships to our residents.
If you went out and talked to the heads of many state housing finance agencies or the heads of HUD, they know they can depend on our company, that we're going to do a good job. They give us lots of awards, but they also know that whatever we say we're going to do, we're going to do. We've never lost a project or missed on construction, or if there's cost overruns, we come up with the money ourselves, never quibble about anything. We're totally reliable, and they know it.
What we say we're going to do, we do, and that's say no more. And everyone knows that. No matter if it's an investor, a banker, a housing partner, a finance agency, HUD, they know what we're going to do. Why we're so successful. We have 10,000 units in our pipeline. It's just incredible. That keep us busy literally for 20 years, and we've won all that because of our reputation.
Mike is an honest man, filled with integrity, commitment, and interest in helping lower-income families. And that is a spirit that continues to grow throughout the organization. As I said, I've been around for 35 years. I've seen people come in that stay here. No one leaves the Michaels organization. Everybody stays. And people here 25 years, 26 years, they sign up for this kind of a commitment. It's a very difficult business. And if you didn't have that commitment, you couldn't survive.
Our whole business is our team. Our whole business is the people that work in our company. And we're family. We're family. We really give responsibility. All my top people have total responsibility. I don't, or John, or Bob, we don't micromanage anybody in our company. Well, they got to work hard. They got to work hard. There's no substitute for the time you put in and working hard. You got to work hard. And you got to like what you're doing. You got to be passionate and like what you're doing. I know people that are dentists, and they hate every day that they go to work, and I can't believe anybody would do that. But so you got to love what you're doing, and you got to work hard. And be fair and honest. Yeah, be fair and honest. We're totally fair. We're totally honest. And we've built up a reputation, I have for 50 years, that everybody knows that my handshake is as good as somebody's contract. So you got to be fair and honest. And work hard. Have a good time.
The most important thing he said to me in the beginning was, he was gone a lot, so he said, you need to make a decision. He said, there's nothing you can do that I can't undo. So make a decision. You're no good to me if you won't make a decision. So that was the greatest thing that ever happened to me in my life, because I thought that was wonderful. You know, somebody had enough confidence in you and your ability to leave you on your own to do whatever needed to be done. The piece of advice I give everyone that comes into that company, as far as Mike goes, as far as working with Mike, don't ever give him an answer unless you're sure of the answer. If you don't know the answer to something, say, I don't know, but I will find out. Don't make it up. Don't try to BS him. It's the worst thing you can do, because he'll know it immediately. Immediately. So get your ducks in a row and come back. And don't ever be afraid to say, I don't know, but I will find out. Be honest. Have a sense of integrity. Treat other people the way you would like to be treated. Treat each other the way you would like to be treated. And never be afraid to go to John O'Donnell, Joe Purcell, Bob Greer, or anybody with your concerns. Don't be afraid to go right to those guys, because they'll listen to you and they'll give you credibility. So I don't think you should ever be troubled about anything serious for a long period of time. There's always somebody to talk to, and there's always somebody that will help you. As far as the uncertainty, you know, the world is different today. There's so many companies laying people off. Our company's a family, and I think as much as we can, we take care of our own.
Our growth opportunities is just ridiculous, especially in the last 3 years. We all know the economic downturn and the harsh realities of what has happened, and we've had our best years ever as an organization. So, and that tells you the only way that can happen is having great people. And up and down through our organization, every single company, we just have fantastic people. And not only are they skilled and they literally the best at what they can do in the entire country, but they're just great people, really fun, really good people. And to have it, you know, all go back to sports too. How do you have a team? If a team, you know, needs all get along, you don't have egos, you know, you're always willing to roll up your sleeves and get the job done. And that's every one of our companies has that. And it's incredibly proud to work with people like that.